All right. Here we go. Back again on the other side of the coin. All right. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Got my bad boy Ishan Padra. Got myself nice fresh cut. The beard is thin. The hair is, you know what I mean. You know how it's looking. Ishan got himself a haircut not that long ago as well. I thought, you know what? I need to get into the levels. I need to make sure that I'm looking the part for my channel. Do you know what I mean? All the ladies are gonna start falling in love with Ishan. I need the ladies as well. Do you know what I mean? Ishan, my boy, how you doing, bro?
No, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing good. That intro was more like a WWE intro. You know, it's like The Rock.
Ishan is cooking.
Yeah, no, man. I'm doing great. But yeah, I hope we maintain this happiness until tomorrow's match ends. That's what we hope.
Bro, enjoy all your happiness right now because tomorrow we're going to suffer.
We're gonna suffer.
Because Mr. Safa is coming to Stamford Bridge.
Yes. For his first ever return to Premier League match in Stamford Bridge, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, look, we might have beaten them in the last couple of games, but you know, it may not be the same scenario. I hope it is, but it may not be the same scenario. We're going to talk about a lot of things, Ishan. We're not going to talk too much about the press conference. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what was covered in the press conference, check out my latest video that was my reaction to the press conference. Today, Ishan and I, it's going to be a lot of vibes. I can't lie. It will be a lot of vibes. It will be a lot of talks about how we feel about this match. Then obviously we're going to talk about the predicted lineup. The board, we're going to talk about the madness, the board, all the signings that we've done in this month already. All the players that are, the board has signed.
It's too much.
It's too many. I can't keep up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Nada. Absolute nada, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting stream. You guys are going to love it. Smash the like button as soon as you come in. Already 20 people are live after just 2 minutes. Smash the like button, get those likes up. We're going to try and aim for 100, and then we're going to try and go for even beyond. If we can reach 200 likes for the stream, that's going to be amazing. Hopefully, we get a good turnout for more than 200 people. The only way we can do that is if you guys keep smashing the like button, because that will then promote it to more people, and more people will join in. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Check out Ishan and his socials in the description. Before we start the show, as I always like to do, I want to do a shout out to you guys. Orizon, thank you so much for joining, my man. Orizon, I love it, man. Before the stream even starts, Orizon just goes out there and rapid fires all his emotions. All the comments are ready right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And just to mention it very quickly, I do agree with him.
You know what? Yeah. It's a lot of comments. I haven't had the chance to read, but if Ishan agrees, then I agree. That's the way it goes. Karthik Sharma, really good to see you, my man. Sai Krishna, two of my favorites are here. Thank you so much. Nash, thank you so much for being here. Victor, my boy, is here. Frederick as well, another long-term viewer of this channel, supporter of me and Ishan as well. Thank you so much for joining. In Life No Limits, thank you so much for joining. Tony Chelsea as well. Alteza, my man, thank you heaps. Hi, Miz. Hi, Ishan. You guys look fresh as usual. Good to know that Rudiger is demanding 46 million wage. What? 46 million wage per year?
Yeah, that is. No, is it per year or for the whole contract?
Is that full contract?
Years? Yeah, full contract maybe.
Yeah, per year. That's a bit mad. Rudiger needs to calm down.
Yeah. That has to be the full contract. Yeah,
it has to be the full contract. I haven't really seen recent news. Is there some? Maybe we'll get into that once we check out some recent news. DK, good to see you. In life, boys collab on the fresh cut too. Yeah, baby. Timo CL, Rafa Javed, thank you so much for joining. Talk on this absolute garbage board and the Marina the Fraud. Rafa is here. He's looking for violence. He's not messing about. Chris is here. Thank you so much for joining each and every one of you guys. As I said, keep smashing the like button. Ishan, let's get straight into this. Let's entertain the crowd, baby. Ishan, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling about this particular match? Moving into it, all the dramas that's happening. Talk to me, bro. Just give me a raw emotions from the get-go.
It's not been good, right? Let's say not just the days, But let's say the past couple of months, if I had to just calculate like that, right after you could clearly envision this, that right after the Leicester game, the 4-0 thumping that we gave, after that we just lost track. After Chilwell's injury, we lost
Yeah.
track. Uh, After that, subsequent injuries and positive cases as well on the team, and we just did not look at the best. It was just those few initial months that we looked at our best, and even if we did not play well, some games we ended up bringing up positive results.
Yeah.
Initially, then came the injuries, then came the whole uh, positive cases issues, and you had lots of players out. Our games, we were forced to play our games. On the other hand, the other teams were resting. Their games were called off. After all this stuff, you have a bombshell with a player of your own who thought was here to stay for long. The record breaker comes up and just messes things up, and just drops a huge bombshell at the whole team. you know the manager, throwing the manager under the bus with his interview. And again, till that, I think so it was fine. Even Lukaku, even after doing that interview, he was scoring goals, we were looking a bit fine. But after that, that PR reply things,
It's gone down, bro. Have we lost Ishan? Yeah, we must have lost Ishan. Unfortunately, we've lost Ishan. Hopefully, he'll come back very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Krishna, thank you so much for the comment. Miz, I want to check out the latest Chelsea training vid. Lukaku looks. Ishan, are you back?
am I back? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
back,
back,
right?
bro. You're back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, so I was saying that, so after that thing, it just the whole body language of the team does not look good. I mean, before that, we've had bad games, but still I could see the spirit in the players. And then
Yeah.
there was, you could say that there was that intention for improvement. If not this game, fine, we'll do it the next game. If not this game, fine, we'll do it the next. There was a cheerful environment even in the
Yeah.
training pitch. If you want to see, the guys were laughing, you know having fun, enjoying the time. But after that, things are not looking right. The way Thomas Tuchel handled the whole situation is fantastic, but there is a thing called team chemistry. I think so that came down, and now we don't look confident at all, especially the last two games. Right, we just don't look good at all, and the lads look tired. Thomas Tuchel say the lads are maybe mentally and physically tired, but we know the fact that the body language speaks, and it says that they're not enjoying the time at this point of time. What is the reason? Nobody knows. It might be the Lukaku thing. It might be they're actually tired. It might be they need some rest. Anything, but what I can infer from here is things look difficult at this point of time. But what I can say is I really don't want this manager you know to face difficulties or problems, further problems, which we can assume the fact that this might go to some different level, and then we all know as Chelsea fans, where does it end? I don't want that to happen, because this man, after this, I really don't know if you'd get any world class manager who could actually bring that stability in the team. So I hope that this Spurs game is, if we go on and win it and significantly win it, it would be a good stepping stone again to rebuild us, right from the beginning, right from the scratch. But yeah, that's all I can expect, man. I really hope we perform back, pull up our socks, and 2 days rest. The guys got two days rest as well. So yeah, it'll be very exciting how the guys turn up after a short period of break, let's say.
Yeah, man. You're right. I mean, Thomas Tuchel did say that, yeah, we got 2 days off and now we're back. But he said that it's good to deconnect. They deconnected. It almost felt like, yes, he talked about fatigue, the mental fatigue, but then he also said we needed to deconnect. It was as if they were getting fed up with each other. They were getting fed up with each other, and they needed to just separate away from each other. And he was saying that separating, deconnecting from each other is not going to solve everything, but hopefully it's a start of something. But you're right. I mean, before the interview, Lukaku infamous interview was publicized, it looked like the performances weren't always great, but it looked like there was a team spirit still. But
Yes.
post that interview, we had a mad game against Liverpool where it looked like the players were angry. I remember Ishan and I, we were doing the watch along for that, and it looked like the players
Yeah.
were actually angry. And it was an angry performance until second half where we kind of got back into our rhythm again. The Spurs one were good, actually. Those were good performances, except Lukaku probably wasn't the greatest. But the City and Brighton, oh my God. And even Thomas Tuchel has said the Brighton one, they were mentally not in it. They were mentally not prepared, which it's alarm bells for me. It really is alarm bells. Now, this commentary from Sai Krishna as well, I just want to quickly read it out, ladies and gentlemen. Miz, I want you to check out the latest Chelsea training vid. Lukaku looks so uncomfortable and the squad gives very bad vibes. I've been saying this for the past couple of days. I've been doing a lot of videos where I'm talking about bad vibes. It was very evident against Brighton. It looked off. The entire team looked off when Ziyech scored. No celebration. The team didn't want to smile either. There was that issue between Ziyech and Lukaku. And then on the contrary, Ishan, on the contrary, Spurs actually had a very good game against Leicester. I watched that entire game, and if I'm being honest, maybe a draw was a fair result because Leicester countered well. But I'm not surprised they ended up winning at the end, because if I was to give it to a particular team, it probably would have been Spurs. But the manner they won, Ishan, the manner they won, 2 goals in the last 79 seconds, my God, their morale would be so high. And
Yeah.
we talk about multi-dimensional. Our striker, Mr. Romelu Lukaku, talks about multi-dimensional, multifaceted. I hate that word, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Kane, the way he played against Leicester, that is multi-dimensional. That is multifaceted. He did not want to just stick around up front. He dropped deep in midfield, always got involved, demanded the ball, sprayed passes. It was his pass that led to the final goal, the winning goal for Bergwijn. But he did that the entire match. Now, this is what I want to ask, and ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about this as well. Ishan, this particular match is going to be our last Premier League game for a little while. We've got this one, then we've got the FA Cup match, then we've got Club World Cup. I think we don't play another Premier League game until like mid-February, something like that. So this is the one, and then there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
We are in a proper dogfight, Ishan. Whether the live chat, accepts this or not, Ishan, in my personal view, I feel like we're in a proper top 4 dogfight, and this is up against that rival that is also competing for the top 4. I mean, Ishan, how important is this for you? And also, are you thinking maybe Spurs have something extra because they've lost 3 in a row against us this season, so they're not going to try and make it 4th? I know we're at home, and plus the morale boosting win that they had against Leicester, and the kind of a match we had against Brighton. How you feeling, bro? Like that dogfight of a top 4 battle, and the fact that Spurs seems like they're bouncing again.
So, if you would say that Chelsea has been defeating them for the past three times this season, so it's kind of 3-0 going on. But if you want to see this, from the other side of the coin, you'll also have to say that Antonio Conte is undefeated in this season in the Premier League. So think about that. Yeah. So if you're leveraging if you're leveraging Chelsea with the past 3 performances against Tottenham, fine, but also acknowledge the fact that Conte has not lost a single game in this season's
In the Premier League, yeah.
So I know the fact that Conte has lost now two games, right, against Thomas Tuchel.
Yep.
But the way he played against Leicester, I mean, the way the team came back,
Bro,
man,
they played well against Leicester. They
they
really
played
did.
well. Listen, Spurs. Let's have it. They deserve to win that game, and
Mm,
I
mm.
would say that maybe yes, we're watching the memes and saying that how in the blue hell did Leicester actually lose that game? With somewhat 60 to 80 seconds remaining, and you
Bro,
can see
it
two
was on the
goals.
95th minute. It was actually on the
95th minute,
95th,
yeah,
like on the
maybe
final minute.
if you could say from 40 to maybe 50 seconds, 60, 70 seconds it was remaining, how the hell did they concede two goals in those, just small amount of time?
Mm.
So, but the thing here is, if you watch the match at the whole, as a whole, you'd actually agree to the fact that Spurs played well and
Yeah.
they were a better team, and actually slowly and steadily, maybe Antonio Conte is actually getting the whole team to work together, implement
Not just that,
his.
Ishan. It was
Yeah,
Kane as well that carried. Kane carried
exactly.
them.
Yeah, and we all know the fact that if it's not Son, it has to be Kane, or maybe both of these guys who needs to just uplift the whole Spurs team. And these two guys
Mm,
alone are enough to do that thing. Yes, they had Bergwijn coming up and doing a massive, showstopper right at the end, but still, we know the fact that Kane and Son, these two guys are the most two important entities in the whole football club. And
mm.
Conte as well knows that the fact that if he gets the best out of Kane, he gets the best out of the team. And now slowly and steadily, maybe if Kane comes to his best under Conte, I think so they'll be unstoppable, man. But
Bro,
yeah,
Kane's a huge difference maker. Kane's a
100%.
huge difference maker, bro.
We saw that, right? I mean, what's there in his Spurs team? What's there? It was same the last match against Leicester. It was same the match that they played against us. It is,
Mm,
is the relatively the same team. They don't have anybody on the bench. Their bench is
mm,
a dead food. Nobody there
mm.
on the bench. They have a selected set of players that they are very well. They only need to use those players and they don't have any other options. So
Correct.
that's what they played against Leicester. That's what they played against us and the other teams as well. The difference is that maybe slowly and steadily, and Antonio Conte is getting these players to work together in
Do you
a
know what
single
we need
mindset.
to? Do you know what we need to be careful about? I know our fan base sometimes laughs about this particular player. He was linked to us.
Yeah,
Sergio Reguilon did not play those two matches against us, the recent two.
yeah,
Sergio
yeah.
Reguilon is a bit of a, he gives
Mm,
a different impetus because he actually
mm.
pushes forward. He's not like Matt Doherty, who's a little bit of a liability. Sergio Reguilon, if we play with the wing backs again with Alonso and Aspi, Sergio Reguilon will give Aspi a good run for the money. I'm
Hundred
telling you
percent,
right now.
100%. And
Emerson,
very good point, man. Very good point, miss. Because we might have overlooked that. 3 games against
he didn't
Spurs.
play. He didn't play.
Exactly. So 3 games against Spurs, miss, and one was when Nuno was the manager, right?
Yeah,
And
that was
yeah,
early in the season. Yeah.
exactly. So let's not just count that. Let's just stop it there. And the 2 times against Conte, maybe Regulon did not play. So
He didn't play.
Regulon
He
is
didn't play.
is one of their, let's say, playmakers at this point of time. Yeah,
Antonio
also,
Conte, you know he loves the wing backs. That's
yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's the bread and butter.
The master of back three, right? So, but the thing here is, if yeah, and I agree to guys saying in the live chat that they have a leaky defense. Yeah,
They
that's it.
do. Yeah.
So yeah, so you
But
can you
our
can say
attack is not potent either.
exactly. Man, you stole my words, man. You just stole my words. I mean, yeah, having a bad defense and a bad attack, great
Kind of
combination, right?
cancels it out.
Cancels it out. I mean, whatever happens, happens. So that's it, man. But the thing here is, we'll have to be very very cautious of Spurs at this point of time. I know that it's our home game, but we've defeated them 3 times in a row for this
It's a
season.
must win
But
though, right, Ishan? It's a must win.
100% again, Miss.
No more
They might
draws. You're not going to accept a draw, are you?
Miss. If we even draw this, maybe not just Spurs but also Arsenal are above us if they go on and win their every game,
Yeah. And
and
this
we
is a
might.
direct rival. This is a direct rival for top four.
Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, West
West
Ham
Ham.
will fall in that range, miss. And
Yeah.
maybe we have already fall in that range of Spurs, where if Spurs goes on to win every game, they might be well ahead of us. So
Hmm.
it's a very very difficult situation, and we're on under pressure more than what they are at this point of time, right? Because they've got games in the hand comparatively to the other teams, right? They've got a lot, maybe they've got extra 4 games in hand comparatively to us.
Yep, they've
uh,
got extra four. They got extra four
yeah, so
games.
so
Yeah.
they might not be under pressure at that point of, I mean, comparatively to us at this point of time,
Yep.
because they've got games in hand. So even if they just compensate those games, play well at the end, they might actually do good. But for us, man, it's a must-win game. Because if you lose here, Spurs definitely for sure are above us. If they go on and win the rest
Mhm.
of the games, will fall under the range of Arsenal, United's, and West Ham's. So we'll have to compete
It's
with
a
them
dogfight,
as well,
bro. It's a dogfight.
bro. It's a must-win.
Now, 100% agreed. It's a must win. I forgot to, I'm going to come back to this particular comment as well. Hoiberg is a good player as well. I think the spine, if I look at their spine, defenders, probably Hugo Lloris, very good goalkeeper. Hugo Lloris is a very good goalkeeper. Defense, probably not that much to talk about. Hoiberg in the middle is a bit of an engine. Then they have Regulon, who's going to bomb up. Yeah, defensively could be a bit of a suspect, but who's actually going to, make sure that we take over that situation, capitalize on that situation? We'll see. Do we play a different formation? We'll see. It's worked against Spurs. Maybe we try that again. And then obviously up front, Harry Kane. And Lucas Moura is a bit of a busy bee in and around Harry Kane. So I know we've beaten them. I get that. I know we've beaten them recently. But, you know, our situation at the moment looks very strange. I don't know how the players are feeling together. I hope they can put aside some of the differences, put aside the issues that they're having with Lukaku. Because, look, there it is clear to see there is something going on. Even Matt Law recently came out with a couple of his articles saying that the Lukaku situation is not over. He's getting some internal information that it's still sort of brewing inside the team. And I'm not surprised that it is. I'm not one bit surprised. And I want to ask Ishan. I mean, Ishan, people need to. The way I look at these things, Ishan, is I look at it as a realistic point of view. Let's say, Ishan, you and me, were part of a company, an
Yeah.
organization. You and me, we're colleagues. And we see another colleague who tries to put the company's name in the gutter.
Mm,
You're going to feel a bit different towards that particular
exactly.
person. You're going to feel like, bro, why did you do that? Like,
Exactly.
I don't know how I feel about you anymore. You did a madness. You did something
Exactly.
crazy. You may
100%.
be a good worker, but you did something crazy, dude. And Ishan, these sort of things, they take time to get over. You can't just be like, you know what, just put that dust under the carpet and let's move on.
Yeah.
People, these are human beings. Um, I mean, Ishan, is that fair to say that perhaps some of the Chelsea players, and these are some of the reports coming from Matt Law,
Yeah.
that they could possibly feel a bit strange about this situation. Okay, so there's that, Ishan, but then there's
Yeah.
also the ones that are already not happy with not getting minutes. They're
Yeah.
sort of looking at
100%.
Lukaku. Hey, bro, you're my mate. You're my
Yeah.
mate. When's your next interview, yo? I want to be there. Let's do it together. Let's do a duet. Let's do a collab. Do you know what I mean?
Collab.
I mean, am I right to say this, Ishan?
No, 100%, miss. Let's take an example of what happens. This you can just replicate to a scenario of cheating in a relationship, where your partner might find you and catch you cheating,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day you come up with all your cries and whinings and you try to apologize and stuff. But bro, you're done. You just done yourself. You're just caught cheating, and that's it. End of the story. Even if you apologize, even if you do whatever you want to do to make things right, and the atmosphere inside the home would be the fact that, bro, this guy is not loyal, and that's it, right? And when fingers are being raised on your loyalty and your characteristics, and you wanting to be in that place, what are you going to do?
I think we lost Ishan again.
I'm back, man. My Wi-Fi. What is happening
There
today?
we go. He's back. Yeah, go on, Ishan.
My Wi-Fi. I'm sorry.
That's all right,
Why
man.
is it that whenever I start talking about Lukaku,
He's watching, bro.
why,
He's watching. The big
bro?
man is watching.
It's my system hacked or something. What is happening?
It's been
Whenever
taken
it's
over by the Romelu, the big Rom.
oh my days. Yeah. So I was saying is that the thing remains, right? Whenever you do stuffs like that, the thing remains. You cannot forget it easily, right? If you cheat, your partner's gonna think like, "Oh, he's apologized, but why the hell did he do that?" That means his intentions are not right, right? Just similar to this example with Lukaku. Why did he have to do that? That means he's thinking that way. He's actually thinking the way that he spoke in the initial time, and the second time it was PR thing. He was making up as easy as that. You could say
Oh,
that just
yeah,
to make
you
things
can
up.
tell. There might as well just been a script in front of him and he's just reading off it.
Reading it, yeah,
That's how
exactly,
genuine
and
it looked.
that had to be done for controlling the situation at that
Yep,
point of
yep.
time. But we know the fact that things are not fixed, and these things do not get fixed easily, miss. And that's why we're even after that we're hearing rumors that and let's just forget about rumors for 1 second, yeah, and the whole interview thing and everything. Look at the performance of the team, how it has dropped. Look at the body language of players, man. And I think
They're
so
not
that is
trying.
the
You can tell they're not trying, Ishan.
and miss that's the biggest thing that you can just see and take a proof of things that things are not going good. If the performance was fine, if the guys would have been giving the 100%, then you could say that maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. The things have been settling down, or the boys are not paying that much heed to that situation. But the whole body language of the whole team, it's just down, and it seems like there is some grudges. So maybe Thomas Tuchel might say that it's a mental tiredness factor or physical tiredness factor, but is it that for like what now 3 4 5 weeks? No, it has to be something bigger than that. And I think so this has affected, man. If it asks me, I think so this has affected. Because Miz, if you remember the Liverpool game that you gave example of, we were
Yeah.
2-0 down and we managed to draw that game 2-0, I mean 2-all. We Lukaku was not there in that match.
Yeah.
And the way the team came back and the cohesion that they showed, the way they
It showed that they wanted to fight for the team. Like they're so upset about the Lukaku situation. But now
exactly.
it seems like Lukaku's in the team. They're like,
Yeah, and what happened post that is Lukaku had some few couple of meetings with the board with Thomas Tuchel, and
yep.
next day it was all fine. This man who slandered our team was whining about his ex team, former team, and whining about his former goal scoring partner wanted to go back, is back in the team after all this slander, and that too so easily. What are we doing here? And maybe that's affected a lot to the team. And look at that. Just after that, the subsequent matches that he's played, we just did not look good. We just
No,
did not look good.
100% agreed.
And
100% agreed.
again, Miss, we're on a state where the likes of Kante is not showing good signs.
Bro, it's got a domino effect, Ishan. It's now starting to become a virus where you're right. Kante didn't have a good game against City and he didn't have a good game against Brighton. And that's not like N'Golo Kante to put a back-to-back poor performances. And we want to talk about a few players as well. I really do want to talk about Georgina as well. I'm getting a bit fed up. You know what? Let's have the Georgina conversation. Then we talk about the board, and then we'll
Yeah.
talk about the match lineup. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to talk about. Let's unwind. Let's relax. Let's talk about all these things. Get it out of our chest while we're here. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to over 80 straight away. We've got 90 plus people. Get those likes up easily. We can get to 80. We're going to entertain you with a lot of conversation and keep coming with those comments as well. We're going to try and bring it in. Rafa is saying, talk about Mount. Yes, let's talk about Mount. This is my channel. We talk about everyone. Ishan,
Yeah.
I've tried to sort of not talk about this thing too much, but I kind of feel like this is the truth bomb. The channel only talks the truth. Ishan and I, when we get together, we don't fluff things up. We talk about the real things. We're not Pikachus here. We're not promoting Pikachus. We want
100%.
real things. Ishan, I, I've not been appreciative of what Jorginho is doing lately,
Yeah.
and it's starting to make me think, Ishan, that I thank him. I really do thank him for all his services. I think he's a I think S. Roy, by the way, S. Roy, if you're still in the live chat, you always have been talking about this, and now you're going to appreciate what we're about to say, hopefully. Ishan, I feel like with Jorginho, yes, he's got a lot of attributes, vision, thought, but we lack a lot of pace, we lack a lot of physicality, and he is at times a bit of a liability, man. I mean, the way Brighton was just running through him like he did not even exist. We laugh at Alonso with his pace. Jorginho is not. I think Alonso is quicker than Jorginho. I think Alonso is actually quicker, and that's not a compliment for Alonso. Alonso is slow. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we do need to transition away from Jorginho next season. I really do. I'm starting to think there are other players in world football, in this planet, and this we will talk about the board next, about scouts, because our scouts, we don't have scouts. It seems like we can't scout anyone. But Ishan, I feel like there are other players in this planet who can do Jorginho's role and can be physical and can be pacey. I mean, are you feeling the same way about Jorginho lately, that we need a little bit more from that particular position?
Listen, talking about Jorginho's future, this was a question mark right from the last summer window, and that's what we were speaking about, Miss. When we had the likes of few options like Declan Rice and Shaw Many coming up, although eventually we went on and did not sign anybody except for Saul, which was a surprise package. But the bottom line is, we were talking about the roles that these guys are going to play and what is the actual future of Jorginho when the likes of Gilmore comes back, when the likes of Gallagher comes back, or if we go ahead and sign Shaw Many or maybe a Declan Rice, what is the role of Jorginho now? And definitely these targets are definitely the thought process of changing Jorginho and maybe replacing him, for the future coming years. And this has been going on. But the thing here is, the past season for Jorginho has been exceptional. One of the best players in the world. He's been third in the
Won
Ballon
all the
d'Or.
awards, won everything, right?
Won everything. Third in Ballon d'Or, third in FIFA Best Player, and won UEFA's Men Player of the Year, whatever. I mean, he's won the lot. But Jorginho's performance also has a lot of dependencies, if you'd agree with me, right?
Yeah.
Jorginho's performance is dependent on lots of factors. Factors like his double pivot partner, who is he playing with, like the back.
It's like a lot of people needs to protect him, right?
Exactly. It's like your double pivot partner. I mean, Jorginho's double pivot partner. The centre backs that he would be playing against in Italy, he had the coverage of Bonucci and Chiellini, world class centre backs. In here Chelsea, Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and then Christensen also came up with good clutch matches. So his performance has a lot of dependencies around.
Yeah.
And also, Chilwell was there to cover him up a lot of time.
Yes.
A lot of time. So let's not forget that fact. But the thing here is, you need some individual brilliance coming up. You need that individual brilliance. I know the fact that Jorginho comes up and enlightens with his qualities, but also there are a lot of dependencies. But where is the individual brilliance there? You need to have some qualities that team would say that fine if the other teams are being switched, but let's say if you play a B team with everybody else but not Jorginho, even that day Jorginho has to get his best game, then we would say that he's world class. You know what I mean? If the whole centre back pairings are changed, let's say we're playing with a Malang Sarr and maybe two of the guys, Simons and other guys with the academy, the wing backs are maybe, let's say we play with a Kennedy and his partner is Saul.
Yeah.
He's got no good support, but even that day, if he consistently in those type of games he brings up his A performance, the best player on the pitch, then you got to actually recognize and say that we need to keep Jorginho for the long period of time. Has this been the case since Jorginho joined this team? No. He's dependent, right? So we definitely,
and he's made some blunders as well, bro. Let's be honest. He's made some horrific blunders. Horrific.
Has costed us a lot. in those
Well, Man
blunders as
United,
well.
Man United
Last year, Arsenal,
last
we
year,
lost that
Arsenal,
game.
West Ham as well this season. There was
West
that
Ham,
dodgy
yeah,
pass.
yeah. There
So
are many. There are many.
there are many. There are many. Look, he's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong, but maybe in order to win a league, maybe he's good for a cup situation. Cup situation, even Italy looks good in a cup. But to play a league, 38 games, and this is what S. Roy has been saying a lot of the times, and I've been sort of, not ignoring but denying his thought. But S. Roy, you're spot on. Maybe to win a league, I mean, let's compare, Ishan. You need a Rodri type of a DM. Look at Man
Exactly.
City.
Exactly.
Rodri. Rodri. He can build up. He's physical, robust, score goals. I mean, Jorginho is not the only player that can do that. There are other players in the world, in the planet, that our scouts need to be, and let's talk about the scouts now. I mean, Ishan.
Now, before we jump
Yeah.
onto the scouts, miss, very quickly, another reason I believe, and you please think about this, and I want you, and you're kind of one of the best guys to talk this with, that just let's go back to the days when Jorginho was signed to Chelsea. What is the type of gameplay that we played? Wasn't it possession based football under Maurizio Sarri?
Yes,
and
yes,
and would you agree to the fact that that was the period of time when we started to play possession based football by virtue of starting the gameplay from behind from our goalkeeper?
yes,
Would you
yes.
agree that that's
100%.
why we maybe signed Jorginho, because he's one of the guys who has the maybe one of the best capabilities to build up from the back, ease the
Yep,
pressure from back, and
yep,
play. So
yep.
let's consider the quality of Jorginho, or the best quality of Jorginho, being that he is the guy who can actually ease up the pressure on the back and have a good build-up gameplay from behind.
Yes,
This is the good one
yep.
good quality. What else good does he has?
It's not like he's an assist master. He's not Cesc Fabregas. It's not like he produces, quality. Like, we don't have someone that is producing quality passes after quality passes after. Even
Miss,
Kovacic, maybe one or two passes in a
exactly.
game.
Miss, can you put your hand on your chest and say that he's a good crosser? No.
He never gets into those areas.
Exactly. Can you put your hand on your chest and say he's a good shooter? Absolutely not.
Nah,
Even
he's
even
not
a
a good
three,
shooter.
even your son would keep a vouch on that and say, "Nah,
Yeah,
I'm a better shooter than Jorginho," right? And
yeah.
I know that. Now, third, again, you would say, is he a good assister? Did he assist a lot? No.
No, no. He'll
Is he
produce
a
one glamorous like every 20 games.
again another important, maybe this fourth factor might be one of the most important factor, because he's been portrayed as a defensive midfielder. Is he good defensively? Can you put your hand on your chest and say, man, I can rely on Jorginho like I
Yeah.
can rely to Fabinho, like I can rely to Fernandinho? Can you say that?
Bro, Brighton ran him like a rag. Brighton absolutely just took care of him. Do you know what I mean? So
and
no,
and
we
with
can't.
this
We
I
can't.
can I can I can and with this I can relate to my first statement, what I say, that he needs he's dependent on the other players. Why?
Ritik is right though. Penalties.
Come on. Come on. So what I was saying,
Is
that if you if now the question here is, miss, if we start playing pressing gameplay, gegen pressing,
yeah,
what
yeah,
is the role of Jorginho there? Zero.
yep,
Zero. So let's
yep.
think about that. I'm not
No,
saying
you're
he's a
right,
bad
bro.
player. Please don't get me wrong. And I'm
Yeah,
not saying he's a bad player at all. But the best quality that he has, and maybe that's why he's been successful in Chelsea and Italy, because this is the way we are playing. Because it actually suits his gameplay. But what if we want to actually transition our gameplay to something else? Would he be that same player? I don't think so. That's my
I don't
answer.
think so either. I don't think so either. That's why we need to think about what we want to do next season. There's a lot to think about. We need to start thinking about how can we win the league. It seems like we can win cups. We're already in the Carabao Cup final. I'm not going to be surprised if we go long in the FA Cup. I'm not even going to be surprised if we do something special in the Champions League again. But to win the league, ladies and gentlemen, look at City. 12 games in a row. Wins. Forget about unbeaten. That's why I hate the word unbeaten. 12 wins in a row. Wins, because unbeaten could be draws as well in between. We are the master at draws. Don't call us. Don't make us look good when we say that we have an unbeaten run, because that's got a lot of draws in there. Now we've got losses, so we can't even say unbeaten anymore. But we want to talk about the board very, very soon. I just want to quickly tackle this particular comment. Champions of Europe, thank you so much for the comment. Miz, realistically, do you think Chelsea is able to pull a miracle and sell Lukaku for 80 million? 80 million? Bro, the madness he has done, every team now knows that he has to be a discount. Every team knows he will have to be a discount if we sell him. It will be very difficult to sell him. Very difficult. It will have to be a massive discount. Financially, he screwed us. He's absolutely scammed us. We are ruined. We are ruined. We are ruined. Our only option is that this man can do a madness for us. That's it. We only have to hope that if he starts, he produces, which in the last, since his interview, it's not been the case. Ishan, I want to now talk about the board. We are now on 22nd January.
Yeah.
We've still got no solution for Thomas Tuchel in terms of wingbacks. This is what Thomas Tuchel wants to continue doing for this season, at least. I know recently we've seen the 4-2-2-2-2, but it seems like he's not continuing that. He didn't continue that with City. Yeah, he did change it for Brighton, but we still didn't look that great. I'm just mad, Ishan. I'm just really mad about our setup. I know a lot of fans will say, but Miz, we've won so many trophies. Yeah, we have. But I'm telling you right now, we will never win a league. We will never win the Premier League if we don't start cleaning things up. It's not a coincidence that City are winning leagues and also Liverpool are so competitive. It's because their structure is very good. And when I talk about the structure, what I really mean is director of football that understands the manager and the way the manager wants to play, the philosophy.
Yeah.
They have scouts that are busy 24/7, scouts that are not just busy during the transfer window, because that's stupid. In the transfer window, you need to execute. Before the transfer window, you have all your paperwork ready. You have to do all your homework. All the homework, you need to get it ready. Transfer window is your examination. It's when you go there to do your exam. Do you remember those kids that study just day before the exam? That's us. And you know how much scores they get day before the exam? Nada. Because everything you study the day before, when you start doing your exam, you forget. Oh my God, I can't remember now. What did I study? But the kids that have been studying for like the whole session, they come to the examination, close their eyes. That's the difference between City and Liverpool and us, because we come to window session and we are scouting then. And even then, we are not even scouting properly. We are not even scouting properly. You know what our scouts are doing? They're logging in on Twitter to see what Chelsea football Twitter, what is the latest hype from the fans. Because, Ishan, it's mad. Chilwell got injured 29th November. 29th November, Ishan. It's been more than 2 months. How are these scouts in this entire this world, we can't find another left wing back? Are you kidding me? There is no other left wing back in this planet. The only other left wing back in the planet is Emerson, who is our player we can't even get back. Leon literally said, go, get out of here. Now we had to get back Kennedy. And even then, we're not even sure. I mean, Ishan, I'm sick of this board being such Pikachus. They really are. They're really literally Pikachus. Because with this attitude, we will never win the league. We can never be competitive. I mean, Ishan, are you mad that we haven't been able to find a single solution? A lot of people say, but Miz, what elite left wing back can we get in January? No one's talking about elite, man. I'm not asking for $100 million signing. I saw what happened with the $100 million signing. He's an interview specialist. He's an interview specialist. I need good gems. I need our scouts to dig deep in Africa, dig deep in Asia, dig deep in South America. Find that golden gem, that golden egg. Find me that Aspilicueta that we bought ages ago. Find me that Ivanovic. Find me the Mendy. I mean, Ishan, talk to me, bro.
What a good point, Miz. And I agree with you completely. But again, what the hell is our scout doing, man?
Bro,
I
they're having
really don't
popcorn,
know.
bro. They're having popcorn.
I really don't know. The team is in trouble. The manager is in trouble, and the only thing that comes to the mind is a quick fix by calling Alonso. I mean Emerson back, which does not make sense because you know in future as well you're gonna have situations where Chilwell might not be available. Man's are you thinking the fact that with an ACL surgery, man will be back to his best? He might not even come
Bro,
back to
I
his
don't even
best
think he's
ever.
going to start. I don't think he'll start on time. I don't think he'll get the start of the season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Miss. Even after that, you don't know that the productivity level, the output that Chilwell was giving prior to injury, is the same level that he'll ever reach to.
It
You know
can't
what
be.
I
It
mean?
can't be. It can't be.
There are high chances that he might not even reach. And it's, I mean, I'm not taking a mock here, but I'm actually saying the truth. The ACL
Yeah.
injury is a very very critical situation here, because you might see Chilwell back, like you saw the likes of Loftus Cheek back. Can you
Mm.
say the fact that the Saudi times Loftus Cheek is equal to now? No.
No way. Callum Hudson-Odoi with his Achilles, is he the
Callum
same?
Hudson-Odoi. Is he the same? I mean, before his Achilles injuries, he was creaming 1v1.
Bro, he
Creaming.
was the one. He was a real 1v1 demon back then.
He was
Now he's
the
a
actual
1v1.
1v1.
What's the opposite of demon,
1v1
bro?
back
1v1
passer.
cockroach.
He's 1v1 back passer. The moment he gets a one. Yeah, he is, isn't
1v1
he?
back passer.
The moment he sees a player in front of him, he watches, he thinks, nah, back pass. Marcus Alonso, where you? Where you? Straight away back pass. That's what's happening. I mean, the context here is you never know if you're gonna get the best of a player after that serious injury, and
Yeah.
I know it might hurt, but it is what it is. So what we need to do is that get a good backup plan, man. You cannot be relying on Marcus Alonso. You relying on Malang Sarr as a left wing back. I mean, fine, you can vouch on a thing that this guy has been producing a couple of games. He did good with that, left back position, but this man was not even in your project plan for in the beginning of the season. You didn't even know if this guy would have featured for a Chelsea shirt in this season, but he ended up doing it. But now you're thinking that he has to fulfill the role play of as of a left wing back as well. Are you mad?
Yeah.
What kind of a quick fix is this? You need listen, miss. I'm not saying that get get a big signing or elite signing. Just turn back and look at your academy. If you got someone from there, why not put
Ah,
him
bro,
there
they're
in the
busy
line?
selling academy. They're busy selling academy.
Exactly.
Broja, they're busy selling. Now they're working on how can we get rid of Broja, the one player that is probably looking better than Lukaku.
Now, Miz, listen, I'm not saying that put the youngsters into pressure. I don't believe in that. But the thing is, the team needs it, man. And when you know the fact that January transfer window is difficult, even Liverpool did that last season when they were struggling with multiple injuries. Did who did they play? They had to play a few matches. They had to play with Henderson and Milner as that
Yeah.
centre backs and the right backs. But then they came up with with the January transfer window with
Yeah.
Ozan Kabak.
Kabak, yeah.
He came up, and there were so many academy players from Liverpool, the under 19 players who came up and did the job good. And one of the results is Curtis Jones, who actually comes up
Mm.
and does the jobs now. So
Yep.
that's how Liverpool comes up and transitions these players. If you want to say talk about Man City, look at the way Foden has been handled. It's just a small example.
Bro, look at their new star, Cole Palmer. Cole
Palmer,
Palmer's coming up.
Palmer, the way he's being handled at this point of time, and this is the way you actually build your squad for the future as well. But I know the fact that for the Carabao Cup games, we've got Harvey Vale and Hall and Simmons or Simons, whoever was that. But now when the team actually needs it, and when you're seeing that few players are exhausted or mentally tired, why not use them, man? What is stopping you? At least they'll give their 100%, isn't it? Rather than
Yeah.
these players who look mentally tired to you. Or else, if you're having finding so much difficulties either in buying players or at least looking for your academies, just look out for any player from any part of the world for a simple 6-month loan, man. Is this even that
Get
tough?
loan options. Yeah.
This is the most minimal thing that you can do as a board, as a scout, to at least bring a player for a 6-month loan. This is I believe this is one of the easiest things that you can do.
Do you know what's happening, bro? I think they have like a meeting where the scouts come in and Thomas Tuchel goes, okay, show me what options have you got available for me? What can I get? Purchase, loan, whatnot. I tell you, the scouts come in with an empty page and then they show, this is who we got. We got no one. So what have we been doing?
Scouts give them the newspapers to read. You know what I mean?
Read the latest who's available. Check
Yeah.
check yourself. I mean, honestly, it is a bit of a madness at the moment. You're right. Our scouts should be busy. I mean, look at what Man City has done. They've apparently now got the next big thing from River Plate, Aguero. They're trying to replace Aguero with how much? 20 million pounds bid for this new player from River Plate. And I've got no doubt, if Pep Guardiola looks at someone, he will turn them into something. And this is what I mean. I don't need the £100 million signing. I don't need that. I need good gems. And how do you find good gems? You need a great scout. You look at Dortmund. How's Dortmund finding Haaland before us? How? How did Dortmund get to Haaland before us?
Exactly.
Why couldn't we be the first to get Haaland? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How did Brighton get to Cucurella before us? How?
Why
you
is
know what
why
I mean?
is Tariq Lamptey playing from Brighton?
Why is Tariq Lamptey playing for Brighton? He's our player. He's our player.
He's a player.
He's our
How is
player.
Declan Rice playing in West Ham now?
Has-
And now you're whining to get him back for 100 million. How? How's that
Do
happening?
you know what I mean? Like, these are the things we do need to start questioning. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get back into basics. How's Bayern Munich finding Alphonso Davies from Canada? How? Alphonso Davies wasn't anywhere, any of the top leagues. He was playing in Canada, for Montreal or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Alphonso Davies was playing for Montreal
he
or
was in
something like
Canada.
that.
He was in Canada.
I'm not really sure. Look at Alphonso Davies now, number one left back in world football. So, Rafa Javed, bro, you guys are being too lenient on Marina the fraud. Look, I'm not being lenient. At the end of the day, Marina is not a footballing person. She's good with. Sometimes I even think, I don't know if she's really that good with finances. I know a lot of people will say, yeah, look at all the madness she did with Hazard and Morata. But yeah, look at also the madness that she didn't do with Batshuayi. Batshuayi was given a 40 million offer from Dortmund, and we said no. We said, you know what? No to that. Now Batshuayi is rotting in Turkish league. We still can't get Bakayoko off our books. We can't get Danny Drinkwater off our books. So it is what it is. She's working for Roman. Roman trusts her, but I think she needs help.
Miss, it's not that she's the only one who's working behind this, and
She's not.
she's
not.
she's a negotiator. You know what? If the scouts come up and say this is what you got to do, she as a chief negotiator then comes off, steps forward, and then does her role. That's what she does. And yes, she's got her roles to just fulfill. But the thing here is the whole scouting ecosystem of the club has to be strong. If that's not strong, how you gonna get players who's gonna flourish for the later years? Just look at our best players, for the past few years. Like you said, Aspilicueta, not a big name when we signed him. Where did we sign Eden Hazard from? Lille. Keep that in mind. That's the result of scouting. How did we get
Spot on.
Mendy? It was a result of Peter Cech scouting. right? So
Even players like Sherla, Oscar, they were decent players, man. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly. So I think so. Just give the slack where it's due, but also, acknowledge the fact that she has some role play here. If you know the fact that your scouts are not performing well and the results is not coming up, why keep them? You know what I mean? Why are you paying them? It's a simple concept, and the same concept as you do in FIFA. You know what? Just put
Yeah.
the scouts in those specific areas, and you get the results of the scouting reports. If the results are not coming up good, then why the hell you keep that scout? Just
Mm.
fire that scout, right? Or at least change it. So that has to be done, man. That really
Yeah.
has to be done, and maybe she is the one has to decide it, and she has to decide it quick and fast, because this is one of the situations where, at the beginning of the season you would say the fact that we had the strongest bench and all this stuff about our bench and our, we making up three strong lineups, all this became a mist. It's now bull crap. We're struggling the most in the league, you
Yeah.
know few injuries, and we're struggling the most from first till November end. Now we're on the verge of in a top four battle for between fourth fifth, and that's how things can drastically change, and you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Liverpool did not expect that. This is the same thing which happened to Liverpool the last season. They were prepared. They used their resources, they used their academy, and they eventually ended up landing above of, us. They finished third in the last season, which we
Incredible.
did not expect.
Incredible. Incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Where is our role in that? Why are we lagging behind so much? Where we're
Mm.
relentlessly playing Marcus Alonso, burning him out, Aspilicueta, burning him out, and having the risk of losing points. Now, the center of attraction of this whole failure is the helpless Thomas Tuchel. What can he do?
He's the one who's going to lose his job. Everyone will keep the
Exactly.
job. He will lose the job.
The scouts will keep doing,
Yeah. Yep.
keep selling pan, whatever they're
Marino.
doing there in the scout. Marina, she'll be there.
Marino will be
The
there. Scouts will be there.
the
Players
players
will
will
be
be
there.
there. the
Thomas
the
Tuchel will
few
be gone.
players the players who do not want to play for our club is whining about going to back to the previous clubs and not showing the exact passion for our club even in the pitch. They'll stay here, and a man like Thomas Tuchel, who actually done things for us and changed, actually transformed the whole team in matter of months, has to go because he's the center of attention here. And that's how the whole media ecosystem also helps to do that, because that's how they get clicks. That's how they get PR.
Yeah.
Man, things need to change.
100%. Look at this name from Bat Night, Juan Mata. Do we have a Juan Mata in our team? No. We used to have ballers like this, man. Juan Mata, Eden Hazard, even, goddammit, Oscar, Sherla. These were good, even though they were off the bench players, but they were actually good players, man. And now, I mean, I seriously question, I know there was a lot of hype when we got Werner, when we got Havertz, when we got Pulisic, but it's like we didn't think. It's like we never thought, what type of players are they? I mean, do we have a playmaker? We don't. Chelsea Football Club doesn't have a playmaker. Ziyech was meant to be our playmaker, but it just didn't work out. Looks like that Ajax. Everyone that's left Ajax, along with Ziyech, they've not worked out. Donny van de Beek. You
Also,
look at
do you have one thing in mind, Miss? That we're gonna get pumped because of loany players and the new rule coming up of loan, maximum six
well,
players in, six players out.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to get rid of many players. We're gonna have to get rid of players because we can't be just loaning out for fun anymore, because that is coming to play. Rakesh, thank you so much for the super chat. Exchange Lukaku for Kane. Borna Sosa bid made as left back. I've got no idea who Borna Sosa is. I saw some rumors, but it's not really coming from any of the top sources. 30 million. Is he good? Maybe he could be good. Is he a gem? I've got no idea. I've never watched the brother, so could be good. Do something, board. Do something. That's what I'm saying. But if anything, the board seems like they're doing something with Ousmane Dembele. There's a lot of talks that's happening with Ousmane Dembele, and the crazy part is That's probably something that we don't need. We've got so many attackers. We want to include another attacker. And on top of that, the attacker that has a hamstring from hell and a knee that is absolutely devastated. So this player, one crunching tackle in the Premier League, one crunching tackle, and he could be gone. He could disappear. And the amount of wages that he's going to be asking is going to be an issue. Is going to be an issue. But our board seems to be excited. Thomas Tuchel seems to be excited. Thomas Tuchel seems like he favors this particular player. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if you want to back Thomas Tuchel, which we want to do. But Dembele, I mean, then what's the difference between Dembele and Pulisic? They're both injury prone. You know, Ziyech also at times gets injured. So it's mad. It's mad. All right, let's go back to our main conversation now for the day, ladies and gentlemen. We've got over 140 people live. Let's get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up well over 100. We're lagging with the likes. Let's push those likes up to well over 100. Only another 44 likes to go. Let's go. Let's get those likes up to over 100 immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up. And yeah. Let's have a look at the team selection. Ishan, we're going to do the team selection now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the predicted lineup. Join in on the fun as well. And meanwhile, smash the like button. Get those likes up to well over 100 immediately. Okay, Ishan, first of all, before we actually start producing the team, are we going with wing backs or are we playing the 4-2-2-2, which has worked with Spurs? What are we doing here?
Again, interesting question, isn't it? I mean, both the times we played Spurs, it was a back four, right? If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yes.
And the last two games, apparently, we played with wing backs, and then it was a back three. So tough call, man. You say, you make a call.
You want me to say? I'll say we go. Okay. S. Roy is saying, Miz, first make a team that you want to see and then make a team that will play eventually. Okay, you want to do that? Should we do one team that we think should play and then let's do a team that may play? Shall we do two teams, Ishan?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see the 4-2-2, Ishan. I want to see 4-2-2.
Right. Okay.
So let me set up the 4-2-2. Okay, this is the setup that I want to see. And would you agree that you don't mind seeing the 4-2-2? I mean, that's what's got us success, I suppose.
Yeah. It has to be this, 100%.
Okay, if that's the case, Kepa, I'll just do the first three. Kepa, Rudy, Silva. Would you agree?
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. This is where it gets very difficult. I want this player, even though the name I'm going to put is by default, but I don't want that player to bomb up. I literally want them to just stay here. It's this player that will bomb up mostly. I don't have any other option because Chalobah is still injured. Christensen is still positive with the disease. We don't have any other. I'm not using Kalimantan and Pulisic as a right back. Aspie will have to be the right back, but I don't want Aspie to bomb up. I literally just want Aspie to sit here. I don't want Aspie. In fact, it'll end up being a 3 at the back anyway. So I don't want him to bomb up. Here, I can't have Alonso. I need someone who's actually going to be able to do some recovery defending. It's either Sarr or Kennedy. I mean, Ishan, what's your choice?
Can't have Kennedy against
He's probably
Spurs.
not ready, is he? He's probably not ready.
Even if he is, would you risk him against Spurs? Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
you probably wouldn't. It'll have to be Sarr.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to see Alonso either. But again, another factor comes that, I definitely want Sarr, but Alonso's track record against Spurs has been really good. So we need to think about that as well.
True, but he could then also give away a red card. He could also let in goals. I mean, there's downside to Alonso as well. I know he could score goals, but then he could do some madness in defending as well, which could be a bit of a issue for us. So I'm going with Sa. Ishan has been good against Spurs. Sa's actually played well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think so. This is we play with the back four, right? And Sarr was our left back
He was a
option.
left back. Yeah.
He played. He was very decent, and also just adding to the point, maybe I can say, and we've talked about this in the watch along as well. We did not see Antonio Conte have any answer to our tactics that we were playing with the back four.
He
He was
didn't. Yeah.
confused. He
Yep.
was confused. So yeah, why not go with the back four and just maintain the way we were playing. But we might, just like you said, we might, this might be, quite flexible enough to switch it to a back three if it seems like we're in danger, you know defensive wise, there is a lot
Yeah.
of
We
gaps in
can
between.
easily do
We can
this.
then come back to a back three. Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, off the ball, that's how it should be. In defending, it should be like that. Do you know what I mean? This is how we beat them last time. This is how we got Spurs the last couple of games. In the middle, Ishan, I'll ask you, who do you want to see in the middle?
Okay. So I forgot who. How did we feature against them in the
First
Carabao
leg, it
Cup?
was Saul and Kovacic, I think, first leg, or Saul and Jorginho.
And
Second
second
leg, it
was Kante
was
and
Kovacic and
Kovacic.
Kante, I think.
Yeah. I think so. I want to see Kovacic back. He was a
Yeah.
he brought a bit of an impact in the last game. The only spark of impact we could see. So yeah, give me a Kovacic back, and I think so. The second one, uh, yeah, Kante. I'll go with Kante.
Mm. Mm.
But is he 100% fit? That would be a question mark. If not, then definitely Jorginho would automatically come up. But yeah, for me, Kante.
There wasn't anything said in the press conference about whether Kante is not fit or anything. He seems to be fit. I don't want to see Georgina, to be honest, in this particular match. Um, I would like to see Kovacic and Kante, and if Kante needs a further break for some reason or another, Saul and Kovacic wouldn't be bad at all. But I need Kante for the engine that he has, absolute engine that he has. So I like this. I like this pivot. And to be honest, I just want to have a quick conversation with you and also the live chat. I mean, Ishan, I feel like Saul has been good whenever he's played recently, and I feel he's a bit hard done by. He's he probably deserves a bit more minute lately because if anything, that match against Spurs, the first leg, Saul
Yeah.
was not just good with the ball. Tempo was very good, but his tackling, I still remember there was a one slide tackle he did on Kane to win the ball back.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like Thomas Tuchel
Yeah.
got this particular player on loan on deadline day, and Marino was saying now we should be able to compete in all competition. Why are we seeing a little bit more of Saul? I think in recent times he's actually been very good.
Yeah, I think so. Most of the guys in the live chat also might agree to the fact that
Yeah.
this is the most positive sort of run that we are seeing from Saul. It has been, past 2-3 games that we've seen Saul. He's been decent, and I've I've seen few matches. I think so. It was the Chesterfield match, if I'm not wrong. People have come up and said that Saul is the best player on the pitch for
Mm-hmm.
the half. So I think so. Saul does deserve, man. Saul deserves the gameplay, deserves the time. But again, I really don't know if Thomas Tuchel would do that against Spurs. If he does, definitely I would want him to at least feature in the second half for a bit of
Yeah.
maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, man, I agree with you, man. Saul has been improving, and he's showing a spark of improvement for the past 2-3 appearances that he made. So yeah, according to that meritocracy, definitely Saul deserves at least some minutes, if not any minutes,
No, you're
if
right,
not the
man.
whole gameplay. Yeah.
Bat929 is also saying, I agree, Miz. He was riding high on confidence, but Tuchel has switched a lot this season, and he probably trusted Georgina, Kova, and Kante, who are ahead of him in the Premier League. Yeah, but I feel like there should be a good rotation in that situation, and Saul was actually doing all right, and maybe um, deserved to have a bit more run. I don't know. Sometimes just continuing on with the same players, you're going to fatigue them even more. So I feel like we've got options. Why not use it? Okay, up front, I'm not confident with anyone, man. Ishan, seriously, I am not confident with any
Yeah,
of our attackers because they're all rubbish at the moment.
yeah,
I can't play Mason Mount in this area. Mason Mount to play as a wide winger, he needs to have pace. He needs to have 1v1 dribbling ability. He needs to be able to beat his man, which
yeah.
all of these factors he doesn't have. He doesn't have the pace to take his man on. He's not a dribbling, master. This formation does not have a spot for Mason Mount for me. Unfortunately, it simply does not have a spot for Mason Mount. I mean, would you agree that this formation probably doesn't suit Mason Mount?
Yeah, man, agreed. I do agree that. But again, we'll definitely make another formation eventually where we'll
Mm,
get to see what actually is going to happen. Then we might have to stick Mason Mount there because we know the fact that it's sometimes it gets hard to drop him because
yeah.
of the work rate he shows. So again, but the thing here is he needs to improve as well, man. Along with all the attackers, like you said, I'm not confident with anybody, man.
They're all rubbish lately. Lately, they're all rubbish.
Ziyech scored a goal, but he was the worst player on the pitch that day.
Well, I said
Lukaku,
even scoring a goal, he's still got a 0 out of 10.
exactly 100%. Lukaku, he just does not want to play for us, man. He's busy tying his shoelaces for 5 times in the span of last 3 minutes against Man City. Uh,
Yeah.
Talk about Pulisic. Pulisic is hardly involved in the game. If may, I'm not sure if they keep a track record on how many touches he's made. Even that might be very less.
Yeah.
I've not seen Pulisic show any impact much lately. Hudson-Odoi again, one v one back passer. I mean, he just does not click anymore into that
Mm,
wings. That pace that he had before that Achilles injury, that was different. That was lightning. Now he does not have that. It has dropped down. But
mm,
what we can say is that at least he's the one we look up to when it comes to 1v1 situations. But again, is he doing the best? Maybe not. Werner, again, he's got his deficiencies as well. He's not confident. He's never been confident at Chelsea.
mm.
Havertz, maybe I would want to play him,
Yeah.
but he might be the only guy who I would say that he's not had much game time, but I don't have much to complain because I've not seen much of him. So,
We are not confident. We are not confident about who's gonna. I mean, this is what I would go with, Ishan, and you let me if you agree with it. I
yeah,
feel like he's probably the best option at the moment on that side because Mount, I just he's not suited for that role. I would give Pulisic an opportunity now because Callum was, oh my God, Callum was probably the second worst player against Brighton. I want to see the German connection.
yeah,
I want Lukaku to be dropped because enough of him being lethargic. He can now start winning his position back from the bench. I think Havertz and Werner, they've done nothing wrong. They deserve to give a start. I'm not confident. I'm not definitely not confident with Werner, but at least you're going to get some sort of work rate. This is
yeah.
the front four that I'd go with, Ishan. Do you have any complaints about this?
No, I 100% agree, and I was going to say this. And if you had any sort of different thoughts, I would have fought you today because this is the exact thing that I want to see. I don't
Yeah.
want to see any Lukaku BS here. Let him. Let's give him the whole 90 minutes in his bench, and he can tie multiple shoelaces that he wants. If he wants to
But
tie,
other players' shoelaces as well.
yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what
he better go and tie the Thomas Tuchel shoelace as well. And if he wants to go a bit more ahead and tie Antonio Conte's shoelace if you want. And If you get the chance, have more time, go in the middle of the pitch as a water boy, go and tie Harry Kane shoelace as well. You might learn something from that man. A legit striker, man. It's
And why
been.
just shoelaces? Maybe even help players tucking their shirt, pull up their socks,
Yeah,
fix their shin pad.
exactly,
You're
everything, man. And
multifaceted. You're multidimensional. You can do it all.
ask few players like Harry Winks and Lo Celso if they wanna jump into an interview. He can arrange it well with Sky Italia. He can do that, and players can actually go and revolt against Conte. But yeah, that's all he can do good, man. That's the only thing that he's been doing good for the past few months. But again,
You're right, bro.
this is the team that, yeah, this is the best team that we can put up, and it'll be interesting to see what the live chat also says, but I think so most of us agree to this.
Live chat. This is what S. Roy was saying. Create what you want to see, and then another one what is probably going to happen. This is what Ishan and I would like to see. Live chat. Let us know how you feel about this team. I feel like this team, they will fight for each other. There will be chemistry, and they will look after each other. And no, none of these Lukaku stuff. Lukaku, we need a bit more time. Maybe he can win his place back from the bench. However, Ishan,
Yeah,
I don't think this will happen. I don't think this will happen.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
let's do the lineup that we think will happen. Formation wise, do you think Thomas Tuchel might think we've beaten them with a 4-2-2? We'll go with a 4-2-2 again, or do you think he might switch to wing
No, no,
backs?
back three. Let's do a back three, and let's analyze how can that go, because I believe that might be one of the use cases in the next team.
Maybe he just did the 4-2-2-2 for cup
Yeah,
situations.
exactly.
If it's a back three, I don't think he'll play Sarr. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He seems to like Alonso a lot. He really does.
Yeah. Or let's name this team where this team might actually go ahead and play. It might not be what we want, but it might actually be what goes ahead and
Yeah.
makes it.
Th-
Yeah,
this is the team that will most likely go ahead. Not what we want, but most likely go ahead. I think he may have. See, this is a difficult one. No, I think he'll probably have Aspie here, and then he'll have Rudy here, and he'll have Sarr here. Because he won't prefer Kalamatanadoy or Pulisic against Spurs. He won't prefer that. He will make sure that we are defensively sound. Would you agree with this back five firstly before we get into the double pivot?
maybe Jorginho. Would you think that might be the case where Jorginho might start or end up
Yeah.
starting?
So we'll get to the double pivot very soon. But the back five, would you agree this will be the back five?
Oh yeah, back five you're
Alonso's
talking about. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
that one you agree? Okay.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
regards
so
to
again, still, Miss, before we
yeah,
go there, still we have the same situation with Christensen and Chalaba, not
they're still out.
available, right?
Yeah, they're not
Okay.
available. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will probably be the setup. In the middle, I think Kante will play,
Yeah.
and maybe it might be Kovacic. He probably might prefer Kovacic because Kovacic didn't start the last game.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the preference. Up front, he will definitely prefer Lukaku.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but whether he's been forced by the board, I'm not sure, but he will prefer that. And maybe the inside forwards, he'll prefer a Mount. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on the inside
Yeah.
forwards?
Uh, One has to be Mount. So maybe the right side you put Mount in it, where he might eventually end up making. But the third one, it's difficult to guess. Who do you think? Uh, so you've got Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, right? These four options.
Do you think he'll prefer Kai? Do you think he'll prefer Kai?
Yeah, maybe or maybe a Warner.
Or maybe a Werner. Yeah, maybe Kai or a Werner. I don't think he'll prefer Callum or Pulisic. I don't think he'll prefer them.
Yeah, so maybe either of Kai or Warner might start.
I think he might
Or
start
or or
Kai.
or, or maybe Mount and Ziyech. What do you think about that?
Do you think Mount and Ziyech?
But this is the same front three that we went against Brighton as well, right?
Nah, Brighton, Mount. Oh, yeah, yeah, yep. Brighton, it was Mount. Yeah.
Mount,
Mount,
Ziyech,
Ziyech, and Lukaku. Yeah.
Lukaku, and Hudson-Odoi was there as a wing back.
Hudson-Odoi then became part of the front when we stopped playing the back three.
Yeah, all right. So, do you think Ziyech might be one of the case or one of the two German boys? That's the question. I mean, again, let's make the context very clear here. This is not the lineup that we want. This is definitely not the lineup that we want. But this is the lineup we're predicting might happen.
Might happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Ziyech did score, so you probably would want to reward him.
yeah.
It's mad, bro. It is mad. If Kai Havertz and Werner still can't get in, I think it might be the same team as Brighton.
Isn't it, Miss?
It's
Wow,
the same setup as Brighton.
isn't it? But would you consider Ziyech just because he scored, Lukaku just because 100 million price tag and nothing good apart from that, and third, would you recommend? Maybe would you guess the fact that Mount might not play and one of the two German boys might play?
Mount will play, bro. He will start Mount. Thomas Tuchel will start Mount. He will.
He will,
100%.
right?
Guaranteed. Two spots that I can guarantee you, Lukaku and Mount. Thomas Tuchel will prefer. Lukaku and
Yeah,
Mount. 100%.
yeah.
Which then leaves one spot, which is Ziyech. And Ziyech to be dropped after he scored,
Maybe he deserves it because he was the worst performer.
he does deserve it. But I'm just thinking, will Thomas Tuchel do that?
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%.
Okay, let's say we do drop him. Who would you bring in?
Kai Havertz, man. Kai Havertz. A bit of fresh legs, maybe. Yeah. So definitely Kai Havertz.
I have to agree with you, bro. This is live chat. Once again, as Ishan said, this is not our predicted lineup. We've already done our predicted lineup. If you've missed it, just scroll back. This is what we're thinking will probably happen.
Yeah.
And by looking at it, I'm not too confident. I am not too confident. But then again, it's Thomas Tuchel. He could do a madness. It's Spurs. We've beaten them 3 times this season, but our form hasn't been the greatest. I mean, look, we've now done both the lineups, ladies and gentlemen. We've done our lineup. We've done what we think Thomas Tuchel might do. Let us know what your score prediction is. Ishan, I'm not feeling good, bro. I'm feeling sick. I'm actually feeling sick.
The score predictions, I just don't want to take part in this, man. I just don't want to take part.
I'm scared we are going to drop points. I really am. I'm scared we're going to drop points.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It's gonna be a difficult game. Like I said, if you consider we've beaten them the past 3 games, let's consider that Conte has been undefeated. So looking at both the points and also the way they played the last game against Leicester, the way they came back, maybe their confidence is on cloud 9, and our confidence is down below.
Smack bottom. Smack bottom. And we seem to have a virus in our team. We seem to have someone like
Yeah,
Romelu Lukaku who's created a bit of attention.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly. The body language is not good. It seems like the players are not focused anymore. It seems like they don't want to put effort on the pitch. Is it mental tiredness or physical tiredness or what? Nobody knows. But which is truly clear at this point of time is they are not at their best, man. And
yeah.
it needs to be rectified very soon, or else it's going to be difficult. Why? Because We've got the FIFA Club World Cup, and I don't want us to lose that, man.
Bro, we better win that, man. Because God knows when we are going to be in that situation again. We have to win
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So, look, I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping for a win. But I'm scared that it may just be another draw. I'm scared. Our form in at home hasn't been great this season. Stamford
Yeah.
Bridge, it's not been a fortress one bit. The way we played against City, the way we played against Brighton, not good. And now we're moving into a match where Spurs just played the way they played against Leicester. Football is a lot about momentum. It's a lot about momentum. Maybe we can get some reference from how we beat them the last couple of times with 4-2-2-2. Look, if we win, it'll be a narrow win again. And it'll probably be a goal from our defender. It won't be a goal from our attacker. It'll probably be another set piece, corner, goal from one of our defenders, Silva, Rudiger, maybe Alonso. I can't see how any of our attackers score anything. I'll go with a narrow 1-0. I'll go with a narrow 1-0. I don't know if we can keep them quiet, but I'm going with a 1-0. Ishan, what are you going with?
Funny how you said not confident and still went up with 1-0. I am not confident, and I won't be confident with my scores as well. I'll go another draw. The draw FC will,
Bro, draw's
will
going to kill
rule
us,
again.
bro. Draw will literally kill us.
I know that's the level of confidence that this team is showing at this point of time, and I don't think so. Listen, Antonio Conte, by this point of time, I think so. I agree with the bull. By this point of time, he might have actually figured it out.
Figured it
Actually
out.
figured it out.
You're right. No way. The bull is spot on here. Conte is very smart. He will prepare his team for both formations, the 4-2-2-2-2 or 3-4-2-1. That's the disadvantage of playing the same team at a short period of time. I'm really scared going into this game. Yeah, you're right. I mean, soon enough, these managers will figure out a alternative. Look at the madness we did with Pep last season. We won 3. Pep figured it out. And this season, we look like a shadow. We look like a shadow of a team. Conte lost 2 in a row. Spurs have lost 3 this season against us. You think they're gonna? I mean, I'll be loving it if we get that 4th win. But a manager like Conte will figure things out. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this preview. Smash the like button. We're only 15 likes away from 100 likes. We still got over 110 people live. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to 100. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. Hit the bell notification. Ishan and I will be back tomorrow with the watch along. But before that, I could actually have maybe another video drop at the end of tonight UK time. So do look out for that. There could be another video. We'll see. Maybe a live. I don't know. Depending on what sort of news that comes up. But 100%, Ishan and I will be back for the watch along. So make sure you're there. And hope you guys have enjoyed this. Until next time, everyone. Take care and see you.